Hey, how y'all doing? Alright, so this is going to be a video response to that PS4 Xbox One with the GTX 970 graphics card video that I made a couple of days ago. I want to get on that. So I got you guys. There's mixed reviews, okay? Mixed people's feelings. Some likes, some dislikes, and some comments. Okay, there were two comments, but one comment the user deleted his comment. For some reason, I really wanted to elaborate more on that one, but I only got one good constructive comment here, and that's from Ramfree23. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. He says, "I understand. What do you mean on the video? But if Sony and Microsoft go with Nvidia, the PS4 and Xbox One cannot have the GTX 970. It will be a mobile video card with less power than the GTX 970. Sony, Microsoft, and Nintendo," I like that, "Nintendo went with AMD because cost efficient, and that is why the PS4 costs $400 without Sony losing money. Sony lost around $100 per console sold with the PS3. Alright, so this is true. Sony did lose money in the PlayStation 3. I agree with you. I do. I very much do. I believe the console costs around $800, something like that to build, and they sold it for like $600, $650. I don't remember, right around there. And they lost money. That is very, very true. However, with the PlayStation 4, it costs about $300 and some change, $320, $350, $370 to build, and they're selling for $400, and they're still making a profit. And I think that's what also really helped with pushing them to be in the lead over Xbox. I mean, there are differences, like the press conference, I think, really sealed the deal with the features in Microsoft and their lockdown, and you can't do this, you can only do that, you got 24 hours to play, and we shut you off. You got all these things that interfere, and it really made people's minds into decisions into purchasing what system they wanted to get. And most people opted for the PS4 because everything that's spread online, there's waves and waves just attacking Microsoft for all the dumb DRM and locking the systems down, all that stuff, and the Kinect and the camera's always watching you, and people broke for that. And the $500 price tag compared to Sony's PS4 price tag, it was a huge win. You know, I agree. All right. Now, on the terms of the 970 not being able to go inside of the PS4, the only reason why it would be probable for that is because of the price tag, maybe, just maybe. But I do believe in terms of Sony and Microsoft going ahead and talking and bargaining and making a deal, they'll be able to get it for cheaper in the long run, and Nvidia is going to be inside of the console. And you know, it's more like a win-win for everyone. So, and even without the 970, which is extremely powerful, it's more powerful than the 780. That's not reason why I chose it. Okay, it is. It's kind of the reason why I chose it. Okay, it is. It is not the primary reason, but there's other reasons. That's a really big plus bonus. But the primary reason of which I chose it is because this card is a 970. It's faster, and benchmarks proven to be faster in most games, and just in most games, and it pulls only 145 watts compared to the 780 that pulls 250 watts. Huge difference there. So when you have low wattage like that, what you also have is like no heat. Okay, less heat, much less heat. Not no heat, there's going to be heat, but it's going to be much less heat. And if the price is right, the wattage is right, because I think power consumption is kind of a big deal. You know, it is kind of a big deal. I have a fan on, and it's hot. Sorry. Honestly, if you like probably hear wind blow or hear like noise or whatever in the background. So if the power consumption is right, because power consumption is kind of a big deal. You know, people say, "Oh my God, this is a PS4. It's pulling 500 watts when you're gaming." You know, we want to stay away from that. Maybe it could really affect people's minds and the way they see it, and it could cost less, because people don't want something to suck up too much power and have their light bills run through the roof. So if the power is right, if they could underclock the card, undervolt the card, or modify it in whatever way to pull, let's say, 90 watts, it's not that far off. 90 watts, maybe 80 watts or whatever, and that could be done by modifying the GPU and the architecture and pushing certain things out on the clock and on the volt and this, tweaking that. Or like more later generations, you know, being refined and being even more energy efficient. So it doesn't even have to be this Maxwell. It could be another GPU to come out. Which I don't think the next GPU shouldn't. I don't think it's going to be focused on energy efficiency. I mean, it'll be better in performance per dollar, but see, I'm like going off the place right now. But I don't know. I think it might go up a little bit, but the performance will be more. But the wattage might, the TDP might go up a little bit more. So I don't know how that's going to play out with NVIDIA. You know, so I think Intel does the same thing also. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Energy efficiency, turbo, really fast. Not turbo, this is much faster, and you know, whatever. And the other next process that comes out is like energy efficient. So I think this is really one. And if they were to modify it in a way, pulling less power, it's not going to pull any heat. And just because it's such a powerful GPU, the other comment that I read, and I really wanted to do a review, a video review. I read his comment, but which he deleted, and I didn't want to actually write it out, because if I write it out, it would have been in like 2 paragraphs. I really prefer to make a video response rather than, you know, typing it out. He said it was too powerful, and I don't think it's ever such a thing. I don't think it's ever such a thing. It's too fast. If you have 10 megabits per second in there right now, and your cable company calls up and says, hey, RAM 323, hey, we are going to give you 50 megabits per second for free. You're not going to say, well, it's too fast. I don't need it. It's too fast. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Boop. You're not going to do that. It's no such thing as being too powerful. As long as, too powerful or too fast. As long as the price is right, it's energy efficient enough, and it doesn't. What was the next one I'm looking for? Crap. See, it's like almost 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm losing my mind. All right. So as long as it's energy efficient, okay, which is low power consumption, the price is right, and the heat is less. Okay, it's not a lot of heat, especially since it's going to be undervolted on the clock, modified in whatever way to produce about 90 watts, maybe 100 watt TDP. You're not going to have that much heat, and that'll be great. That'll be great if they keep it at a price tag, and that would be through talking with NVIDIA and coming up with a contract or whatever, and finalizing that deal. If not, even not with that, it could be like a 965. Right? A 965, a GTX 960 type of card inside of that, you know, with added features with the MFAA and the, what's that other thing called, where it renders the video in 4K and pushes it out to 1080p, which makes the image on the screen looks much better. That would be great, and including some other features I don't remember. But I really, really adore this card. I do adore the 970. Because it's a much cheaper card, and the price to manufacture these cards are much cheaper. That's why the 780 is out right now for $550 compared to the 7. But the 980 is out right now for $550 compared to the 780 that came out last year for $650. So it's like $100 difference right there. And it's getting cheaper. And the 970 for $329. Wow, that's crazy. And I'm just, it's great, you know, it's great. You know, people were, I was kind of expecting it to be maybe around $400, maybe a little bit more, maybe $450, $500 maybe, and the 980 to be around $650. Expected to be that high, but it wasn't, and it's much cheaper. So even if they don't have to use a 970, they can still use. It's all about the Maxwell architecture. I don't care about the card. I care about the architecture. It's so energy efficient, and this is the reason why I said, man, this could have been the perfect GPU. It doesn't have to be a 970. It could be the 965. It could be the 960. Those would be perfect GPUs for the PS4 for longevity and you know, being able to enjoy your games. I mean, you probably still will, but I'm kind of a pet peeve, man, with that. With the 60 frames a second 1080p, it's 2014. Don't attack me for that, okay? It's just the way I feel. This is the way I view things. I'm a graphics whore. You know, I want my 1080p at 60 frames a second, or yeah, pretty much. You know, even if not, I guess 720p is okay too. I don't think it looks that great on the 1080p screen. So, yeah, I guess it's all okay. You know, I'm just so concerned about the consoles because it just doesn't seem like they're gonna keep words they're going around on the street just saying that how well it might only last for 4 years. 4 years from now, Sony's gonna come out with a new console. You know, and Sony and Microsoft is gonna come out with a new console. And the PS3 lasted what, 7 years, 8 years, 9? I don't remember. Wait, oh my God, how long has it been? I don't remember, but it is crazy long. Crazy long, and just being able to enjoy the game and have a beautiful display, because that's kind of why you bought a PS4, for new games with better graphics. I mean, that's what I think when I think PS4. I think, oh my God, better graphics. You know, it's the first thing you see when you pay $60 for your game, you pop it in. You know, you want all that. You want everything. Developers to give it the best this console can do, can push out and make it look really beautiful. The first thing you will always see, the first thing is graphics. Okay, graphics. Then you play around, get the mechanics in, make sure the game is all good, gameplay is nice, storytelling is really nice, and you know, the graphics really does stand out, makes the game beautiful. Not all games. Some games can get away with it, like Minecraft. I think I mentioned that before. I don't know. It's like 2 a.m. tired. So yes, it doesn't have to be mobile. You know, again, it's a low TDP and it doesn't put a lot of power. So that's the reason why I kind of like, oh my God, this would be a great card. Or maybe I should change up the title, like GTX 960, 970, something like that. Would be great because of the architecture, and I think everybody would be like, oh my God, this will be a great console, you know, because people out there are talking like, oh my God, they can't do 1080p at 60 frames a second. This is not 2008. People are talking. They are. If you look around, people are talking about it. So yeah, either way, we're all gamers. So pretty much, I think, what I have to say. Maybe you still disagree with me. Maybe you do. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Tell me your suggestions. Maybe, you know, whatever you want to say. So yeah, I think that's all I have to say for now. What else is happening? I think I want to do like some tech news stuff. Oh my God, I want to do some like tech news, tech update. What I really need, I need like a guest. I got my Linus and Luke and, well, Jay's 2 cents by himself. But I really want to do like tech updates and stuff like that, and talk about stuff, and you know, interact with you guys and whatnot. So I don't know. I think commitment is like my problem. You know, I feel like sometimes I'll be able to do it, and then like I'll miss one day. You know, we'll remember to do it one day, and like, you know, having what's the word I'm looking for? Schedule. I think I should cut this and go to sleep right now. I need a schedule. You know, I need a schedule. So yes. I have high hopes for the future. I do have high hopes for the future. You know what? Going back to the PS4 and all that, I want to see what Grand Theft Auto is going to be like on the PS4. I want to know if it's going to be 1080p at 60 frames a second. You might say, well, I can't see 60 frames a second. You wait. You're going to see. You're going to see it when YouTube is going to be enabling it soon. Hopefully. God, what's taking them so long? So they're going to be enabling that soon, 60 frames a second. And yeah, I really wish the quality on YouTube was a little bit better. because I uploaded a gameplay on the game channel, raw rip from Shadowplay, and it was like 13 gigs, and of course put it on YouTube. YouTube compresses it, and it looked like shit. God. Okay, it doesn't look completely like shit, but you can just tell. So yeah, so I think that's all I really have to say for right now. Leave your comments below, tell me what you think. Hopefully I don't get any kind of backlash from this. I do believe it. I'm sorry, I really do. I do. I believe it. I want that. I would love that for that to happen. But I think in future reference, it depends. Yes, AMD is cheap, but these new graphics card, the 970, the 980, I can't wait to see what the 960 is gonna be. I think Nvidia is now getting into that ball game where they're producing the GPU much cheaper to give it out to the consumer much cheaper, and AMD might have a competition on their end. I mean, even though AMD has great performance, just about equivalent to Nvidia, and they always leapfrog each other, it is not the same with the CPUs, but with the GPUs, they're pretty much the same. But more people choose Nvidia. I don't really know why. Maybe because the card's stable, something about the hardware. Maybe they care more. Because the first card I bought was a GTX card. Then I went to AMD because AMD was cheaper. And Nvidia's products are freaking expensive. But now I can't really move away from them because, you know, the cards are getting cheaper. Physics is nice. It depends on the personal preference. So, this is a long video. Wow, 16 minutes. All right. So, goodbye, guys. Leave a comment below, tell me what you think, and I'll catch you guys later.